What's up? This is Jared Girth, my co-host Jordan Rains, and the Dynasty Chef Steve. Good morning, fellas. How are you doing?
Good. What's up, world?
Doing great. How you guys doing?
Ready to rock the IDP Army Livecast. Got some good stuff, some bad stuff. We just got some news on the New England Patriots and Chiefs game. Will be played Monday night, which is really good news. At least we're going to have them play this week, even though Cam Newton's not going to be playing. At least that match will happen. So what else? What's going on, guys?
Well, we got injury-wise. We got Nick Kwiatkowski coming back, apparently. That'll be big.
You got a lot of players out, though. You got Buddha's out. You got, Hunter's still on IR. I haven't heard if Carlos Dunlop is playing or not. I know he got injured at the end of the week last week. I don't know if –
Shit.
I'm probably firing up Carl Lawson in that no matter what. But if Dunlop is playing, then –
all those guys for Cincinnati are looking good this week, in my opinion. Even though Lawson, like you said, he's not getting necessarily all the snaps, but he's still
he's putting some numbers up in his playing time. So
exactly. So you kind of just have to ride the hot hand to some degree.
How you feel about Josie Jewell moving forward? I got to ask after the Thursday night game. Like, you feel like he's going to be a starter every week for you?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to at this point. He blew up.
He looks good, man. I didn't expect him to get that big with Day, but you got to love what he did. So,
and he's had the snaps there for a couple of weeks now. So, maybe he's just better than we think. They were rushing their linebackers a lot. Johnson and him were both kind of just flying in all the time to get in the backfield.
How do you guys feeling about Todd Davis today? Now he's in his second week at Minnesota. Anthony Barr's out. We got a pretty decent matchup for the linebacker. Where are you feeling on that?
Who was it?
Todd Davis. He just got signed by Minnesota a couple weeks ago. He played sparingly the first week. Last week he had, got like 2 or 3 tackles, and then
I'm probably not going to play him until I see a full set of snaps from him and see how he produces. What's up with Quan Alexander? It's a fair question. I don't really know what to say. I mean, he
was starting.
He kind of is what he is at this point. I think people want him to be what he was 4 or 5 years ago, and I don't think that's the player that he is anymore. And that's just kind of been my thought process on it for a while. I don't know about you guys. I saw somebody in one of the group chats I was in today was asking about starting Quan and a bunch of other guys, and one of the guys in there was like, "Oh, it's definitely Quan." And I was like, I didn't say anything against it necessarily, but like Nate Gary was in there and a couple other guys. I was like, man, at this point, I'd probably play them over Quan. But that's just me. Like, I have Quan, and he's just on my bench. I don't even think about starting him, honestly.
Yeah, the one guy that I'm starting in that group is Fred Warner, of the Niners. And it's always been that way. I think it's a great matchup for Fred Warner this week. I think he eats. The reason why you got to think about Quan is it's a good matchup, right? It's kind of like on the offensive side of the ball, like what are we going to do with for me, I'm in a weird spot. Do I start CeeDee Lamb, who's got a juicy matchup against Cleveland, even though I want Cleveland to win that game? You also Russell Gage looks like he's the only for sure starter at Atlanta against Green Bay, and everybody's scoring against Green Bay. So some tough matchups, man. There's some tough matchups around the league. I still think that he's worth the start. So, Quan.
No Lattimore, no Jenkins for Saints. Who do I grab for CB leagues? Malcolm Jenkins not playing?
Levi Wallace available?
But the Saints aren't playing. So
the Saints aren't playing?
Aren't
they?
They
are playing.
Oh, the Saints are playing. So
yeah. I
guess
Jenkins was out.
Yeah, well, I knew he was questionable all week. So if if he's not, then I'd love to see who's on your wire, Russ. You need to let me know. So
yeah, we need options. I mean, there's a lot.
Can't just say, hey, go get Jair Alexander when probably he's gone. Go get, who's the guy starting instead of Fulton for Tennessee's not playing. So.
I don't even have a questionable tag by Malcolm Jenkins. So as far as I know, he's playing. So play Malcolm Jenkins. Maybe he's talking about Janoris Jenkins. That's probably who he's talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know who's available at cornerback. I mean,
yeah, you're gonna have to let us know. Just give us like 2 or 3 options, like your first 5 on the wire, and we'll let you know.
Pretty broad, sweeping question. One more, if I can. Will Mac Wilson get more snaps, or should I keep Goodson in? I'm gonna keep playing Goodson over Mac Wilson right now.
Yeah, until we know Mac Wilson's 100% healthy. I think Goodson's the right play. I'll tell you what, though. In some leagues, you got the kid Tavarius has been playing, and he's a dual designation sleeper. I saw the other day. He's playing linebacker and corner. The cornerback for Cleveland, who's been playing a lot in the absence of the other guys. So I don't know. Me personally, I'm not really playing a linebacker in that group because linebackers haven't really scored well against Dallas. So
yeah,
you look at it statistically, give me a linebacker that has scored well. Defensive linemen, corners, safeties has scored pretty well because
I would keep Goodson in. I'm not playing Mac Wilson. That's just kind of how I feel about it for right now.
So do you think they're going to stick to their game script and run the ball a lot, or do you think it's going to turn into a shootout?
I mean, it's probably going to turn into a shootout. You're all good. Just because of the nature of the teams involved. I mean, the defenses aren't very good on either side of the ball. I mean, they have good IDP guys on them, but
like I said, defensive line on both sides. I like both plays. I like the corners on both plays. If you're in a cornerback league. However, I'm not big on the linebacker core in each group because, you can for Jalen Smith, obviously, because Cleveland's going to run the ball, whether you love it or not. We've got both the running backs have 200 yards rushing, so they're going to run the ball. So
yeah, I would keep Goodson in.
Play.
I've been dancing around trying to get Mac Wilson out of my lineup, so I had him in. So that's kind of where I'm at with him. Yeah, he was talking about Janoris. Hi, guys. What do you think Ty Summers could get the points Kirksey was getting? He looked pretty good last week.
I like Ty Summers. I liked him coming out of college. So he was getting beat out by Curtis Bolton, at the time until Curtis Bolton tore his ACL. But Ty Summers he's a good linebacker. He's good in college. They drafted him high for a reason. I like Ty Summers. I think it's a good play.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I
don't know about Atlanta, though. I don't love playing linebackers against a pass-happy offense. It's the exact same as playing Cleveland against Dallas. But Ty Summers, I like Ty Summers in general. So
looks like Derek was asking the same question.
Is Ty Summers a good streamer this week? Yeah, I mean, if you need a linebacker, he's just as good as anybody you're going to probably pull off of waivers. Shaquille Griffin, Holton Hill, Julian Love, pick one.
It's got to be Holton Hill.
Really?
Hasn't Holton Hill been balling? Dude, Shaquille Griffin had one good week against Dallas.
Yep.
Hill's been balling all season. Am I wrong? Hill's look good.
I don't know. My knee-jerk reaction was Julian Love, but that's just because I missed Jabril Peppers. But Jabril Peppers is probably he's out, right? Yeah, he's officially out. So
you're right. Holton Hill has been doing really well this season.
He's been balling. He's got a pretty good matchup today. So I like Holton Hill. If I'm going to stream a cornerback this week because somebody's out, Hill's been playing pretty well. I mean, he's averaged 7 tackles a game.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got 7, 7, and 7 actually. So that's what he's doing. So he's got 21 tackles
No,
3 assists.
Julian Love has scored 22
and a
21
sack.
in the last 2 games.
Julian Love, no
Couple
slash.
I don't know.
They're both good options. I would take both of them.
Both are good. Yeah.
Griffin.
Yeah. Shaq Griffin had a good game. Let's not get this wrong, but he was targeted a ton of times. I mean, how many times was Gallup targeted in that game? So, and if Gallup was off the field, it was the other guy that he was guarding that got targeted.
Cedric.
So it's either Lamb or the other guy.
I'm definitely playing Jeremy Chin. He's like my number 2 ranked DB this week.
Yeah, Jeremy Chin is a play.
Yeah, he's got such a solid floor at this point. He had a down week a couple weeks ago, but everybody has down weeks, so you just gotta.
You think Jeremy Chin plays over top of DeAndre? If DeAndre plays, who's questionable? But I expect to play.
I mean, I hope not. I mean, he's a linebacker. I hope they don't put him on DeAndre Hopkins.
Well, I think very possibly you're going to see a double team there. I mean, no player's been targeting more times than DeAndre Hopkins, so
true.
It's very possible you can see a double there every now and then. I like Jeremy Chin either way. I don't think that's even a thought.
Yeah, agreed.
So I'm with you.
Are you guys still with Cam Jordan? I mean, he hasn't had a sack yet this season. He's got a tough matchup. I'm not necessarily saying that he's going to have a good week this week, but it's possible. But he's got a bye coming up soon, so you got to consider the fact that he's going to might have another bad week, and that his overall season production might not be great.
I kind of like the matchup this week. I mean, Detroit's going to throw the ball. He's going to get an opportunity. So Stafford doesn't get the ball out as quick as Aaron Rodgers does. That's for sure.
Yeah. Stafford's been sacked several times. I mean, he's been sacked 9 times so far. It's like 3 a week. I mean, he could. I don't know. I'm a little worried.
We won't ever talk bad about Cam Jordan. He will come at you. So
yeah, no, I'm playing him, but I'm not expecting a top 5 week. Let's put it that way. So
I really like to play this week against the Lions, personally. I'm playing him for sure.
Chin, Aldon Smith, or Winfield. I'm assuming this is just like as a flex spot.
That's insane.
Or maybe it's just a one.
You play all 3.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry. Because there's 3 different players here. You got Chin's a linebacker. Aldon Smith's a defensive lineman in most leagues. And then Winfield is a safety. So I'm playing all 3 if I can. I mean, how do you not start Aldon Smith out of 2 of the last 3 weeks been a DL1 and IDP 1-3 scoring?
Yeah. So he has been blown up. I will say this: Baker's only been sacked 4 times, though.
Yes.
So I might lean
4 times.
Chin.
I thought it was.
I
looked at it this morning. I thought it was more than that.
Nope. He's been sacked as many times as Nick Mullins, who's played 1 game.
It's amazing.
Which tells you everything. Fire up everybody against San Francisco.
I'm going to take Chin in this one.
Love Winfield. He's playing lights out.
I mean, so yeah, but that's because Cincinnati didn't get to him the first game. Yeah, you're right. 2-2, right? So he had two last week, 2 the week before. And we agree Washington's defensive line is as good as any, even though they lost Chase Young. If it's one person, it's probably got to be Chin. I'm with you. But
yeah, Chin's just the safest option, I think, of the group right now, of those guys. Not
the good thing about Aldon Smith, though, he's averaging, 5 tackles a game? So
I like Winfield.
That's nothing to
lie, he says. Yeah, I mean, we do too. But I
like all 3. Like we said.
That's why I said all 3. Maybe it's a shallow league.
Yeah, probably.
It's gotta be a
Thoughts
shot
on
one.
Wagner this season? Adams seems to be eating up his numbers some early, as well as Russ keeping opposing teams in pass mode. Yeah, I mean that's
Adams ain't gonna eat his numbers up this week because he's out.
Nope.
So
Play him.
yeah. I mean
I know that.
you can't sit
You
him.
can't not. Yeah, you
Yeah.
ain't sitting Bobby Wagner. I mean, dude still averages six to 10 tackles a game. So,
I would trade him for Blake Martinez though right now if I could.
oh, bro, yeah. I mean, but that's Blake Martinez, who, let's be real, that team is on the field all day long. At least with Bobby Wagner, you know, the floor is phenomenal. You love the floor. The reason why you love Blake Martinez is the Giants suck. So he's going to get a lot more playing time. I bet he has more snaps right now than Bobby Wagner. They probably played close to the same minutes.
Yep.
You know, because I know Bobby Wagner ain't come off the field. The difference is Russell Wilson can score touchdowns.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones can't.
I'm not
He's not gonna
Hubbard, Dunlap, Cam Jordan. Pick one. That's rude. I'm gonna take Hubbard.
Yeah, I don't trust Dunlap right now. Just because I know he got injured at the end of the game, and it's been a nagging injury. I think Carl Lawson's going to get a lot more playing time. Hubbard's really solid. Cam Jordan has a good matchup though. Like Dunlap is the one I'm probably pulling out of that group right now because of the injury. But
I know I have Cam Jordan higher in my rankings, but if push comes to shove at this point, I'm kind of just feeling Hubbard right now.
I think he's gonna have a good week.
Yeah, I mean he's got Jacksonville. That's not a bad matchup.
well, how much has he been sacked this year?
Oh, what's his face? Gardner Minshew.
Minshew.
I think I'm looking at it. Wait, I'm not looking at it. He's been sacked 10 times.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, he's been sacked a good bit.
Yeah, four in 2 games and 2 in another game. And Miami's, dude, let's be real, Miami's pass rush isn't that great. They still got to him 4 times.
Matthew Stafford's been sacked 9. So I mean, you're looking at 2 guys. I mean, they've basically been sacked the same number of times.
Wow.
If whoever you play between Dunlap and Hubbard, the other one's going to be the one that you should have played. That's just kind of how that's going to go. So prepare for that, and then just play one, knowing good and well the other one's the one you should have played.
Yeah, it's hard for me to shit Ken Norton.
Congrats on the new gig,
Thanks,
Jared. Bostic or Goodson?
Bostic. I ain't sitting
Yeah.
John Bostic right now.
I'm sticking with John Bostic. Yeah, there's no reason to sit him. I mean, if you're sitting him at this point, I don't understand why you would. I mean, he's getting the tackles.
They've got too many injuries to not play John Bostic.
And they're
Chase
rushing
Young's
him
out.
a lot.
Yeah, I mean he's basically a middle linebacker that's getting sacks. So I would say give it to him. Yeah, he's probably going to get 2 tackles for loss. I'm playing him no matter what. I think, and what people don't really want to hear, I think we're going to see Alex Smith sooner than later.
Yep. I agree.
I'm paying that dude a ton of money, and now he's cleared to play.
And Haskins ain't getting the job done.
Haskin does what he does last week. He ain't playing next week. I'll tell you that right now. So
Take Patrick Queen out, bro. My league has 3 IDP spots. I have Patrick Queen in 1. You don't want that. Patrick Queen's snaps are trending down. His points are trending down. He got benched last week because, I mean, they were running circles around him. I know it's Kansas City, but, I mean, he looked like Sion Taki looked 2 weeks ago, and everybody was like, oh, Sion Taki sucks. So,
I mean,
bench Patrick Queen if you can. Especially with the guys. Who did he list off earlier? He got some studs he was talking about.
Yeah, bro. He had
Chin.
I play all those guys over Patrick Queen. Every single one of these players ahead of Patrick Queen, my guy.
Yeah, I'm playing Chin instead of Patrick Queen. I'll tell you that right now. So
Patrick Queen is a bench player right now, just in case nobody knew that. Unless you're in a very deep league where you have to play him.
I'm guessing you might be an LSU fan. We'll go with that. So I get it, man. I'm on Kenneth Murray train. I'm not getting off it, and I still said he's going to be a better linebacker.
Oh yeah, this will be the week he overtakes this will be the week he overtakes Patrick Queen in points. He's already crushing him in snaps.
Yep.
If he didn't have that fourth fumble week 1 and that fumble recovery or whatever, nobody even be talking about him. Right, sack. Yep. Like he would just be. I mean, he would be nobody without that game, and he's been trending down since then. So.
Yeah, I think it was 40% of snaps last week. It was or 60. It was low. It was not.
Yeah.
Not impressive for the guy who's supposed to have the green dot. So.
Mm-hmm. I think Chuck Clark has the green dot there.
He does now, but it was Queen. So.
Falling fast. Thanks, fellas. You're welcome, my guy. Littleton, Deion Jones, thoughts on who you're trusting more in season long? I don't trust either of these jackasses in season long right now. They're linebacker 2-3s for me.
I'm taking Corey Littleton over Deion Jones. Michael Walker's better than Deion Jones. Me, Jordan, and Steve have been off the Deion Jones train since the beginning of last year. When everybody was like, "Oh, Deion Jones," I'm like, listen, he just had what? He had one good rookie season, and he had 4 other games that were decent besides that.
Yeah,
he's had a player move in and play better than him ever since.
6 years now since he had a good season or something, like 5-6 years, and it's just like, I mean, it's just I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to have him ranked in your top 10, in my opinion, coming into the season. I didn't. I had him ranked like 20, 21, I think. And it's right about where he's floating right now, barely. So, and Littleton, I mean, it's just I don't trust either of them though. Honestly, they're both right. Like they're both low end linebacker 2s for me right now. I mean, you should be sticking.
I didn't even got Deion Jones a linebacker too.
No.
Yeah, that's fair, honestly. Yes, we do think it will because it was reported that it will happen on Monday night by the reporters on the television. And yeah. I trust.
They just reported before we came on that they were going to Kansas City, New England was going to be Monday night. So
I trust the fake news.
Trust the fake news.
I'll trust Adam Schefter on this one.
Yeah, it'll.
In a very deep dynasty league, 16 teams, 3x edge rushers, inside line, plus 2 flex. Do you think Epinesa and Gross Matos are good options for taxi thinking next season? Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Epinesa finally got a sack. So.
And he looked pretty, he didn't look bad out there. Yeah, they're both should be on your taxi squad. I mean, if you have room for them and you don't have better players, sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, especially on a 16-team league. I'm definitely holding on.
Mm-hmm. That's deep.
We'll go Chin and Alden Smith. There you go.
Good choices.
Smart man. Shane's back with pass rushers again. Bosa, Garrett, or JPP. Also for offense, Kyler or Burrow and McKinnon and Gurley. Kyler over Burrow. McKinnon over Gurley. And I'm going to go Bosa and Garrett over JPP.
Yeah, you gotta like Garrett's matchup. I mean, as much as they were getting to Dak last week, Bosa, you can't put Bosa down. JPP finally, really starting to break out. But bro,
who the Giants play today?
The Giants?
Yeah. Sorry, that's kind of just a weird question. Who the fuck do they play though?
Rams, I think.
Yep.
Anybody got Aaron Donald right now?
Yeah.
Bro, after last week, and that line's trash. So he might have 4 tackles for loss and 2 sacks. He might have 5 tackles for loss. Who knows? That line's trash, dude. Yeah, for me, I can't sit the Chargers, Bosa. I can't sit Garrett. Garrett's been beating his man every week, no matter who it's been. So, and has he put monster numbers? He ain't put monster numbers up, but he's getting to the quarterback,
Yeah. All right, well, we got about another minute or two before the final inactives will be released to us and to the general public, so that'll be nice. I'm sure we'll get a scramble of questions then.
Dude, think about this. Kyler Murray scored like 30-something points last week. He threw 3 interceptions. It was worse. It was his worst game. He's still one of his best fantasy games.
That's one thing I don't understand. In fantasy is people that they're like, oh, like with Winston last year, people are like, oh, he throws so many interceptions. Like, who fucking cares? Like,
he throws for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns too. So it doesn't really matter.
Like who fucking cares? He could throw 6 interceptions and he's still outscoring the number 6 quarterback on the week probably. Like people make way too big of an issue out of like dumb things like that.
Yeah,
like,
and Kyler can run, dude. Like Kyler's gonna run for 60 yards a game. So he's this year's Lamar Jackson. The only reason Russell Wilson's you got to think Russell Wilson has had 3 great matchups. He's going to run into somebody real quick, and he's not going to throw for 5 touchdowns a game. But the MVP right now it's pretty slow. For me, it's Dak, it's Russell Wilson, it's Kyler Murray, stuff like that. All right.
MVP is Josh Allen.
Well, Josh Allen has not been phenomenal either.
Hasn't he though?
How many picks did he throw last week? He turned the ball over twice and threw 2 interceptions, right?
I believe he had a rough.
One of them was a shitty. One of them shouldn't have been an interception. Yeah, he threw 2 interceptions.
He got a comeback. They were up 23 points and had to win it in the closing seconds.
Well, yeah, I mean, he won it. He won a 4th quarter, comeback game, threw a go-ahead touchdown, converted how many 3rd and longs? He has the 2nd most scrimmage yards in the league. He has the most passing yards in the league. I mean, if you want to tell me that Kyler Murray is an MVP candidate, that's fine. But Kyler Murray is a shadow of what Josh Allen is right now.
There are definitely.
Why would you say that? I mean,
because
one's got what? 10 touchdowns. I mean,
take away
more fumbles.
I don't care about fumbles. Take away Kyler's rushing touchdowns and barely even talk about worthy. How many passing touchdowns he got? 3 this season? 4?
Murray?
Yeah. What's he trending for? 18 on the season? You can't be MVP if you're throwing 18 touchdowns on the year. Sorry.
Where
How many has he got?
Right now? I can't see him. I'm looking right now.
Kyler Murray.
He's got 4 touchdowns. You're right.
1 a week. You can't be MVP if you got 4 touchdowns through the air. I don't care how many rushing touchdowns he's got. If you're pacing for 16 on the season, a quarter of the way through the year.
Okay, if we say that, he's still on pace for over 30 touchdowns by himself. Because he's got another 4 touchdowns rushing.
All right. So, but I mean, if you want to be MVP, you gotta push through 25 in the air at least. In my opinion, to even be in the conversation.
Interesting debate.
Especially when you got guys like Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes. They're all going to have 30 plus through the air this year, probably.
Mm-hmm. Well, we say that's going to happen. I mean, only one. How many players had 30 plus last year? 2?
I don't remember, 2 or 3. Mahomes would have if he played all season.
Have already 14?
Yeah, Russell Wilson's got like 14.
Yeah, Russell. Don't get me wrong. Russell Wilson is killing it right now. But here's another thing: Russell Wilson's never received an MVP vote ever, and he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So.
Well, they're going to fix that this year. They're gonna way overcompensate. They're already trying to.
Yeah. So I mean, in that aspect, I'll completely agree with you. But I mean, how many touchdowns did Lamar throw last year?
Kyler's got 4 touchdowns passing and 5 interceptions, bro. He shouldn't even be.
I get that. He also has 4 rushing touchdowns.
You shouldn't even be in the MVP conversation.
Well,
sorry.
He threw 3 in 1 week, and otherwise he'd have 2. So, and I get that, but before last week he had to be one of the top guys.
Before last week we could have talked about it, but I mean week 2 MVP votes don't really. I don't know. Kyler is good. I don't want to dump on Kyler, but to put his name up there with guys like Russell Wilson and Josh Allen right now and Patrick Mahomes is just silly.
Yeah. Well, we said the same thing about Lamar 2 weeks into the season last year. He won the MVP.
True. Lamar's in trouble. They need better receivers there. All right, one more. I can get Bostic on my wire against the run-happy Ravens. Alden, not sure, versus Cleveland. I mean, I'm not sitting Alden for Bostic. That's just not how I'm.
Well,
I want to know who your other linebacker is
we're right
because
below here, right? What he had? Well, he right there. He had his.
I just don't like Alden this week versus Cleveland run so much.
About the run game.
And I understand that, but if they're running and he's still averaging,
you can do whatever
5 to
you
7
want.
tackles a game. I'm not saying Alden Smith.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, man. But I'm telling you, I would play Alden Smith over John Bostic. That's just where
the thing is. We say they run a bunch, but what happens when Dak and them get up by a touchdown or two? They're going to have to pass the ball.
Exactly.
And they've got so.
This game's not. I mean, we can't just pencil this in for a run-heavy game. Like, how many rushes did fucking Nick Chubb have week 1? 12. I mean, it could just as easily be that. So I don't know. Just dropping in a run-heavy game script against the Cowboys doesn't really. I don't know where that's coming from.
We could still say the same about the Cowboys, who have one of the best running backs in the league in Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, it could be
still
that
playing
way.
Garrett.
Exactly. It could be that way, but I'm not going to play the number 1 overall defensive lineman. I'm not going to bench him for like the number 15, 16 linebacker on the year. That's just not how I'm playing fantasy. Pick 2, Chris Jones, Montez Sweat, Brian Burns, or Chase Winovich. Damn, that's tough. Who y'all got?
Yeah, for me, it's Montez Sweat, Chris Jones. I love both of the matchups. We were talking about this before. Chris Jones got a really good matchup. Montez Sweat with Chase Young out, you got to play Montez Sweat, right?
Yeah.
He was already killing it. As soon as he went out, he had 3 tackles for loss and a sack as soon as Chase went out.
Yeah, he had a big game. I'm going Chris Jones, and in my rankings, I have Brian Burns ahead of him, but Brian Burns and Montez Sweat are like 3 spots off. So I have Chris Jones a considerable bit ahead of both of them, especially now that Daniel Jones is playing. I mean, Chris Jones or Brian Hoyer's playing. So Chris Jones is a lock.
I can see why Chase Winovich is a thought, because guess what? Well, Chase Winovich is going to be on the field all day because Brian Hoyer is going to, unless they try to nickel and dime with him. So.
Oh, they will. It's going to be a big Burkhead week, probably.
Yeah.
Or a big Berkey week. Sexy Rexy.
Sexy Rexy.
Yeah, we've already talked about that enough. Will Kuda feast today? Probably.
I love Will Kuda.
Chance.
He's been picked on enough, and I mean, it's worked for the people that have picked on him. It's worked out good for IDP managers too. So, yeah.
Yeah, I gave the advice to somebody last week to play Okuda over me, and it bit me because I know that because I still would have played it. I mean, that was the play. You knew Kyler was going to throw the ball, and he ended up picking him off. So he got embarrassed by Kyler on a run, but he still picked him off. So he got last laugh. So I like Jeff Okuda. He's going to get picked on, and he's a great corner.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why I don't see Jordan?
Can you see me now?
There you go.
I'm in here.
I can see you.
I can see all 3 of you guys. Or all
That's weird.
all 3 of us.
Oh, maybe it's me. Oh.
Okay. Jonathan Abram or John Johnson? Great show, gentlemen.
John Johnson's balling right now.
He is.
I got, he embarrassed me the first week, and then after that, he's playing really, really well.
Yeah.
I've got Jonathan Abram a little bit higher this week just because, again, they're playing the Bills, and the Bills are just throwing, and pushing the ball down the field, and their drives just don't ever seem to stop. So I like Jonathan Abram's chances to make a lot of tackles against the Bills. Actually, that's one of the games I'm actually probably most looking forward to watching today because I'm interested to see how this Raiders team moved the ball without Ruggs or Brian Edwards. Not that they were huge parts of moving the ball for them anyway, but I mean, I think this people were talking up Hunter Renfrow. I think we're going to see another Zay Jones touchdown this week, kind of as your big surprise. And Darren Waller, I mean, I'm just interested in that game. And on the other side, I love Jonathan Abram. And this could be a good bounce back spot for Littleton, too. I mean, he's missed a bunch of tackles this year, but maybe this is a get-right game for him. I mean, this is week 4. I would love to see it. So I'm going to go Jonathan Abram over John Johnson personally, but it's just barely.
Yeah, I mean, I still like the match with the Rams against the Giants. Daniel Jones is going to try to push the ball because he doesn't have a running back right now. John Johnson's going to get tackles. So, they got Devontae Freeman, I guess, now after, he's signed now. But that line is so bad. It's going to be a close one. I like both plays, though. But personally, I'm going to take John Johnson. Splitting hairs on those two.
Bench Tyrann Mathieu for Bradbury is okay move. I mean, go for it, I guess. Arizona should pass a lot against Carolina. Pretty bad.
Bradbury leads the league in passes defended.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bradbury's balling, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm definitely okay with it. Tyrann Mathieu has been ho-hum so far this year, unfortunately. Appreciate it, Caleb. Dante Jackson or James Bradbury. Both have been fire. I'm going to go Bradbury. Just stick with the Bradbury answer from before.
Just continue. Roll it on.
Run it back.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, too. I'm down with some Bradbury.
Yeah.
Wingard seems to be healed up from his core muscle injury last week. Can we expect the same production he put up in weeks 1 and 2? Didn't he have a pick in one of those weeks? I mean, I'm not necessarily projecting him for a pick. But as a starting, safety in any position, that's good. That's what you want.
I don't know. It's, the injury. I mean, we say I don't know about you. Have you ever had a core injury? Like that stuff lingers, bro. Like it ain't healing over a week, and especially as hard as players go in practice and stuff like that. It's pretty easy to tweak something. I like him though. I mean, let that hair flow and let him go. So
here's a fun one: Kazir White or Taylor Rapp.
It's a tough one.
I'm going Kazir White. I mean, he's basically Jeremy Pin right now. He's a linebacker with a DB designation, so that's in Rapp. I mean, people keep talking like Rapp lost his job. That's like the narrative I hear, and he's got to earn it back.
Well, he finally looked like he earned it back. He had what?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
7 solos last week.
I don't know if people are, it seems like people didn't really even know. I for one didn't know, but I caught on. Like he was injured in training camp, so Fuller was playing for him. Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that was Fuller's job.
Yep.
I know they didn't pull him right back out and put Rapp in, but Fuller got hurt, and then Rapp came in and played just fine. To me, it's still
he had 58. Rapp. He played 58 snaps last week and had 7
Taylor
solos.
Rapp.
So.
It's still Taylor Rapp's job, in my opinion. Like Fuller was filling in for him. So,
but man, I'm with you because your White's got a good matchup too. So, I'm okay with the DB and linebacker split. I'm with you on Kazir White. Yeah, me too. I picked up John Johnson. I'm debating on playing him or who's my other play? Whitehead, because Whitehead's playing really well. So Jordan Whitehead for Tampa Bay. So I can't get if I had Winfield, I wouldn't need discussions. I'd have Winfield, but Jordan Whitehead or Taylor Rapp is just have a thing that I'm dealing with today. So.
Any word on when Mac Wilson will start getting some playing time? No, I mean I didn't see anything. He's coming back
off IR a week early, so
I mean maybe
it could be this week. I mean, I could easily see him, trying to cover, one of those players out of the backfield. That receiving core is good. Even the new kid they brought in last week is good. They have 4 legit receivers, and I hear they want to play Pollard a little more. But that's a decent matchup. I could see Mac Wilson covering somebody as bad as their injury has been on the cornerback side. But I would wait another week, personally, on Mac Wilson.
Yeah, I'm not putting Mac Wilson into a lineup right now. That's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're desperate, yeah, you can flex him, but If I'm playing him, I'm expecting less than 10 points. Like 10 points is his ceiling this week in my kind of from where that's my expectation. Chris Carson, okay, this is a random. I mean, this isn't really anything to do with us, but
I'm playing Chris Carson all day.
Yeah,
Carlos Hyde is inactive.
I know. I've seen that. Even after Chris Carson was the one who got hurt, so they're saying DJ Dallas may get some work today.
Bro, that's not a bad idea picking up DJ Dallas. I like that kid. So
I'm still a Chris Carson guy. I love my man Carson. He's never let me down. That's the thing about Chris Carson is unless he gets actually fucking hurt, like literally like exits the game because he's broken, he never lets you down. And there are a lot of running backs.
Pete Carroll loves that dude.
Saquon will let you down. I mean, Saquon's let you down multiple times. Dalvin Cook doesn't really ever let you down. Derrick Henry will let you down. Like there are certain guys that they have great games, but they'll let you down. Chris Carson doesn't ever let you down. And that's the thing I love about Chris Carson. I say all that, he's going to go out today and let me down. But he basically, for the last 3 years, when he's playing, he does not let you down.
He's a good floor guy, man. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's got multi-touchdown upside, you know. I mean, he finishes top 3 every now and again, so.
Yeah, once they figure out, hey, we're going to need to guard Lockett a little more, Carson's the guy he looks for every time. So.
Let Carson cook.
So we had a YouTube question the other day. Would you take Eric Kendricks or Bobby Wagner rest of season? In the league, it's a 1 point tackle, half-point assist with interception, sack, forced fumble, and fumble recovery. Safety is 2 points. He's wondering with Jamal Adams there, it's hurting Bobby Wagner's stats.
Damn. Well, that's an interesting question.
It's a tough question, but Bobby Wagner plays San Francisco 2 times, rest of the season. He also, still got to play Arizona twice, which for some reason linebackers are putting up some good points against them. Eric Kendricks has been really good with Anthony Barr gone. Well, I say that last week was his first week without Anthony Barr as a full game because Anthony Barr got hurt the week before, and he didn't have a great game. He had an okay game. Didn't have a great game though. I'm never folding on Bobby Wagner. And that dude's still who he is. I love Eric Kendricks though. I mean, it's the fact we're saying Eric Kendricks is going to be an LB1 this year instead of an LB2, and we were talking about him being probably the best LB2 in football.
Well, I mean, let's think about it. I mean, do you think rest of season would you rather have Eric Kendricks or Joe Schobert?
I'm going to take Schobert.
All right, rest of season, Kendricks or Fred Warner?
Fred Warner.
Kendricks or Devin White?
They seem like trick questions.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take Kendricks.
The answer is always Eric Kendricks.
Mm-hmm. Well, why are these trick questions then?
They're not. I'm just trying to decide, like, if Kendricks is a guy that I'm just going to be considering a top 12 option the rest of the season. Mm-hmm. And if that's like right now, I love Joe Schobert, but for me, he's currently I'm viewing him as like between a linebacker too, like a high end linebacker too right now, just because he's not as active on the field as he was with Cleveland. It seems like Miles Jack is getting all the auxiliary points.
Yeah, well, this is the first Miles Jack's even. Can we believe this? I mean,
it's crazy.
I know.
It's what happened. I mean,
yeah. What did the light finally click, homie? Like we've been waiting for this to happen every year you've been in the league.
I know.
I mean, the thing is about you can't gripe about Schobert's production. He's still averaging more than 6 solos a game. He's averaging 10 tackles a game? He's got 17 solos. And he's averaging 3 assists a game. So 8, 10, and 8 and 2 tackles for loss. He just doesn't have the interceptions like he did at Cleveland. So he doesn't have any sacks yet either.
It'll come, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm with you. Miles Jack looks really good right now.
Yeah, question. Logan Ryan, is CB1 in your rankings? I guess that's mine. Yeah. I need 2 CB to choose between him, Bradbury, and Julian Love. Pick. 2. I mean, I'm picking Logan Ryan. He's
We
playing
just
free.
had the question.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Bradbury, even though Love had 12 tackles, all those tackles should have been Jabril Peppers. I'm so mad. But whatever. I'm playing Logan Ryan and Bradbury. Of those two.
I'm okay with that. Yep, I'm okay with that for sure.
Hey, he asked the same question again.
I think from next week to last week. He was trying to predict the future.
What other questions or comments or anything we got going on? Any other big inactives have you guys seen? I'm kind of scrolling through Twitter, but I'm not seeing a lot of relevant IDP stuff.
Got another YouTube question. Would you guys pick up Milano, McKinney, or Goodson? Said he drafted.
Milano.
I figured you'd say that. He said he drafted Littleton and it's been hurting him.
Yeah, I would definitely pick up Milano.
Milano's
a beast. He's doing basically to Tremaine Edmonds what fucking Campbell did last year to Jones. I mean, at this point, I think Milano is going to be the linebacker you want to own in Buffalo. I love Tremaine Edmonds as much as the next guy. I expect him to go out and have a big week this week, so I'm saying this. But Milano is he's a go-getter. And he seems to be the more consistent option. Even though last year I know Tremaine Edmonds finished a little ahead of him in scoring, I think it could easily be Milano finishing ahead of Tremaine Edmonds this year.
Especially with Edmonds getting hurt, he seems to still be dealing with his injury a little more than Milano was. Milano had a great week last week. So that team's really good, top to bottom.
Well coached and everything.
What's up with Anthony Miller? Is he ever gonna be a thing?
No,
I
don't think so.
I think everybody wants him to be a thing.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
It would be.
But
all right, do you guys think Tyler Johnson's gonna blow up this week with old Chris Godwin out?
I don't know.
I'm
afraid they just spread the ball around too much.
Yeah, it still seems like he likes Scotty Miller to me. So I was kind of waiting for Johnson to have the game, and he hasn't had it yet. So, and they've had injuries. Godwin's been hurt for basically 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's
so
usage
Scotty Miller's
when he's not on the field.
I don't know. Brady likes little white running wide receivers, I guess. So hasn't changed.
Yeah, Godwin has been a huge disappointment for anybody that drafted him early this year. I mean, he's had a touchdown. He's had a game. He's hurt,
and then he got injured again right after the touchdown. So
I mean, it's a fucking nightmare. If you drafted him in the first or second round, I mean, you pretty much are fucked. That's how I'm viewing it.
Just want Brady gone.
It's just him. It's just he's a flex player the rest of the season. I mean, with the injury bullshit, he's a flex. So, and that's just when he's playing, and that's scary right now. So I feel bad for you.
I would trade high on Godwin.
That's the thing, though. You can't I've had him in one league, and I fucking hate it. And you can't trade him. He's fucking worthless right now. Nobody will give you anything for him.
Even in Dynasty, you wouldn't have him?
That's where I have him. I have him in one Dynasty.
I'm the same way. I don't want him.
I took him in the first round early in the offseason and one of my very first ones. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get – and I mean, it's been a fucking disaster. Even in this offseason, before the season started, you couldn't trade him for nothing.
But I had the chance to take Godwin or Mike Evans in almost every league that I've been in except for one, and I've taken Evans because I know that he's going to throw to the big target guy. I mean, that's who Tom Brady is. Come in end zone. If he has a Gronk, which Evans is his Gronk right now, and because Arians isn't throwing to Gronk,
and because Gronk in 5 years,
when you got a mix, I mean, he's not Randy Moss. Let's not get this twisted, but he's the best receiver you have on the team. Mike Evans is. I don't care what people say about Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
Mike Evans, hands down, best receiver on the team.
That whole Chris Godwin's better than Mike Evans thing was. I mean, it was cute for like 2 or 3 months, but fucking rubber meets the road, guys. I mean, Mike Evans is out there still, just doing what he does 5-6 years in a row now. Chris Godwin had a great season. Like, calm down.
Yep. Okay, we got some more questions, it looks like.
Somebody to fire the ball down the field.
This is a tough question right here, boys.
Hyder versus the Eagles or Lawson versus the Jags?
I like Hyder.
Yeah, I like Hyder here too.
I like both.
I like both for sure.
Carl Lawson is gonna, dude. He had a good week last week. I don't trust Dunlap like we talked about, but Hyder has played great, and the Eagles' offensive line is trash.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we watched what Carl Lawson did against the Eagles' offensive line last week. So, me personally, I'm probably taking Hyder in this one. He's looked really good in the absence of other guys. So,
yep, absolutely, he's filled in well.
But Deion Jordan,
he's done well as well in limited snaps.
And they just picked him up last week, so I can understand the concern there. But Hyder has looked good, and he's got a sack in every game, I think. So,
Eric Armstead or Josh Allen?
I'll stick with my guy.
Yeah, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen has looked a lot better, and I've really watched a ton of tape in the last 3 weeks because somebody keeps asking me about him, and he's been double teamed a ton and held. He was held 5 times in the Miami game and still getting a sack. So,
yeah, they're not calling holding as much as they were, especially.
No, they're letting the boys play. That's for sure.
Yeah, especially on offensive linemen. It seems like I see a lot of guys being held. Yeah, I'd go Josh Allen too.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing Burrow. Burrow's been sacked 14 times. Carson Wentz has been sacked 11 times, and his line's destroyed. But I'm still leaning Josh Allen because I think he's the one who's going to get home for Jacksonville, and I don't know that Armstead will be the guy who gets home for the Niners necessarily. It could be Hyder.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be either Hyder or Jordan.
I would like to see Javon Kinlaw do something this week. That would be pretty neat.
Yeah, he's been a disappointment so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing, especially for IDP, he's playing really well, but it's just, I need some points, bro.
I don't care about your football life. I care about my fantasy life.
Dang, we really been on for an hour already? God dang. It's moving.
Got a nice.
You guys
I still don't see the.
Yeah, we got.
I'm trying to pull up in it. Yeah,
we got inactive.
Literally just popped up. All right, Steve, read us some inactives.
Okay. We got Buda Baker and Chris Banjo inactive. Devin Kennard.
Devin Kennard's inactive?
He is inactive.
Really?
Who else? Derek Wolf is inactive. Geno Stone.
With Kennard inactive, man, you got to love you some Chandler Jones right now then.
Oh, yeah. Chandler Jones is going to blow up this week. I mean, he should be in your lineup 100%.
Russell Okung, got Chris Orr. Some other people.
Well, Russell Okung out. That's big on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Mackenzie Alexander, Geno Atkins.
Ooh, Alexander is out again, huh? Dang.
Yep. You got Logan Wilson out. Adrian Claiborne, Ty Davis, Greedy Williams, Neville Gallimore, Reggie Robinson, Rashad Smith, Jeremiah. Oh, that's for the Broncos. We don't need to worry about that. Chris Jones, Elijah Lee.
Chris Jones for Detroit, not
Yeah.
so.
CJ Moore. For Houston, we got Cornell Armstrong.
Peter Colomby. That's no big deal.
Nope.
You ain't got a whole lot with Jacksonville. See, Didi's back on the thing on there. You got Daniel Coule's out, Luke Barco's out, and Josiah Scott's out for Jacksonville. So nothing really hurt you there. Well, they're talking about, I just looked at the Chargers being the next guy. They're talking about Tyrod Taylor they might hang it up for the year.
They fucking should. I mean, they have no reason to play him. They got their franchise quarterback. They drafted him 6th overall. He's sitting right. He already started 3 games. I mean, why would you put in a guy who's a perennial backup when you have your franchise quarterback already playing for you?
Exactly.
Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, of course they're going to,
yeah, but I mean, hanging him up like injured reserve. He got a punctured lung.
I mean, that should be on the table. In my opinion.
Byron Jones is out. Hey, look, old Jason Strobridge is out.
That sucks. Mm-hmm. I interviewed him at the Senior Bowl. He was a nice guy.
He was.
What's up with Kukowski? Is he playing today?
I'm looking
Can we find that out for real? For real?
He's not on the morning list because he plays in the afternoon.
Oh, that's no. Give us the answers we deserve.
I mean, Seattle Seahawks got a list, though. I mean, check this out. Jamal Adams, Jordan Brooks, Quentin Dunbar, Kyle Fuller, Lano Hill, and Nico Thorpe are all on the – and that's all defense. I mean, not to mention Carlos Hyde. So, yeah, they're injured. I know they activated Demarius Randall. I didn't realize Demarius Randall was on the practice squad. That's a pretty solid practice squad player. So he's activated today. I know that. So we could definitely see him play. Leonard Fournette is not playing for
You think
Tampa.
Kendall Fuller is a valuable CB3, CB4 for us this season? Yeah. I mean, if he's getting playing time, he could be somebody you could play.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's very deep dynasty, sure. I like it.
I have Dante Fowler on a lot of benches today, so he's gonna blow the fuck up. That's that.
Yep.
All right, I found it. I found Kennard on the one team I have him in. I have to change him out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any available players on my bench to play.
Oh, wow, that's hurtful.
I mean, I literally am having to play O'Shane Zimenez.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Check the wire, dog. Check the wire.
I don't think our it's a 14-team dynasty. Our wire's trash. It's skimmed bare.
Well, we're in that. Well, okay, and that sucks. It's probably deep benches too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I've
got those shallow benches in that one league. Me and Jordan are in, and we're wrecking the league in points right now. So,
yes,
those kinds of leagues can be fun. Those shallow leagues.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of turnover, a lot of movement. I know some people are like, I love playing in leagues that are. I mean, every league's a little different. You just have to adjust. You have different guys have different values, different point systems. Like
dynasty leagues like that have a feel of like a redraft league almost.
Because they're busy. They're always busy.
Yep.
And that's not a bad thing necessarily.
Nope, I like them.
Tracy Walker, Josh Allen. Guys, I don't really have any more questions coming in on my end or anything I'm seeing.
Nope. I got an offensive question for you guys, and this is on me. CeeDee Lamb, Adam Thielen.
CeeDee Lamb, Adam Thielen. I'm going Thielen. 100%.
One's got a lot more receptions than the other.
Do I play Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson today?
Josh Allen.
I know it's kind of where I'm at.
I think. Well, no.
Who's the Ravens playing?
The Ravens play Washington.
Yeah,
So
bro, I'm playing.
maybe
Lamar.
I'm playing Lamar.
Really?
But every single quarterback has blown up against Washington.
Yeah. It's not like he's
Even
playing.
Baker.
Hmm.
Baker threw the ball 16 times and didn't run at all. And
Fucking
still,
Lamar Jackson has burned me in this league, though. I should be 3-0, and I've literally lost. The only week I lost is because Lamar Jackson can't do anything.
well, we told you last week you need to start Josh Allen. You did that,
I know.
right? So,
No, I didn't. I
oh,
have 45
that was
points
a
on my
juicy
bench.
matchup last week, bro. That's
Yeah,
a
and I
juicy
got like
matchup.
13. They're both projected like the exact same. I just feel like I just need to play Josh Allen so I get comfortable playing him every week in this league. So I mean, I have him in
Who
other
do the
leagues.
Bills play? I mean,
The
you keep
Raiders.
saying he's the.
They're playing the Raiders too. That's the thing.
That's
And I could stack him because I have Diggs and Singletary in that same league, and I don't have anybody to stack Lamar with.
I see. I'm different. I sometimes don't want to stack. I want to have a different game because once that game's over, it's over.
because you get burnt. You get burnt.
By a lot
by all three. Yeah.
Extra burnt.
But
I like Lamar
Bills
against Washington, dude.
the Bills are missing the Raiders are missing like so many defensive pieces though. I feel like the Josh Allen's just gonna burn them up.
I can understand.
I've got.
I mean,
I don't know. I've thought this is like it's weird because this is like one of my only one quarterback leagues, so it's like really fucking annoying every week where it's just I can't play both of these guys.
it's a good problem to have, though.
No, it is. It really is.
Yeah, not as
Lamar
good as-
hasn't looked great, though. I mean,
Point and
No,
and
he hasn't.
go with it.
He still gets the rushing yards, which I love, but again, like you said, he's just not looking great. And I mean, his
Josh
attempt-
Allen's getting those rushing yards, too.
Yeah,
Well, listen, these are Lamar's attempts too. 25, 24, 28 passing. And then you look at Josh Allen's attempts passing, 46, 35, 33. So he's passing a lot more.
what about the rushing attempts now?
Rushing attempts, 14, 4, 4 for Allen, and Lamar is at 7, 16, 9. Not that much
It's not
different.
that difference. You see, he
No.
hasn't been rushing as much.
No,
He's been staying in the pocket, so maybe you should play Allen.
I think I'm going to.
It's still a juicy matchup, dude. I mean,
It is,
Baltimore,
but I
Washington's
think
a
I
juicy
think I would
matchup.
go Allen in this case over Lamar. It's
kinda want
not
to.
last season, Lamar. It's this
I
season.
know you're right, and that's the thing. I don't want to get bogged down in like the I have to play Lamar thing. 'cause
You know
I
what's
mean-
crazy is Lamar's been sacked as many times. He's been sacked 10 times.
Yeah, I know that's another thing too. Or I was thinking, oh, he doesn't get sacked a lot. He's like one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league right now. So he's playing Washington, so he could be getting busted up back there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just you guys got to remember, he's not last season Lamar. He's this season Lamar, and it's not the same guy.
No, it's not. And I'm playing Josh Allen, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna watch Lamar blow up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll
I
have him
think
in
you're gonna watch Josh Allen
Well,
blow up. Too.
at this point, you just hope Josh Allen has a good week.
Mhm.
So
He's gonna do great.
He will. He's still gonna have a good week. I don't doubt that at all. But it's just a weird
I
situation.
mean, I know one thing: he ain't playing Aaron Donald this week. So, but Max Crosby.
Uh,
All right, here's another one: Gardner Minshew or Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Dude, Fitzpatrick got a pretty
Fitzpatrick.
nice
I like
matchup.
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, he does. That's who I got in right now. All right, let's help these guys out here. KJ Wright or Matt Milano? I'm going Matt Milano for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love Matt Milano.
That's easy.
The beast.
Nothing against KJ Wright, but he's not Matt Milano.
Here's
Let's
the
go offense. Mullins or Phillip Rivers? I'm going Mullins. He gets
Mullins.
Debo back. He gets Kittle back. He had a 300-yard game last week without both those guys. Phillip
Dude,
Rivers is like ceiling is like 300 yards with
Phillip
everybody.
Rivers has never finished as a top 11 fantasy quarterback. Never.
Yeah, he's just
Let's just mark that down. And he
he's
had
a-
Keenan Allen.
I know.
yeah, he's a middle of the pack QB. Really, I hate to say it like that because it sounds
No, you
rude.
don't.
but I mean,
You don't
he's-
hate
Tell
to
me,
say it.
I want your honest opinion. You think Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Fame quarterback?
What's he done in his
Mm.
career, honestly?
no.
I mean, he's thrown for thousands and thousands of yards.
Okay, but I mean,
That's
All right,
the thing.
real quick. Okay,
for years and years and years.
That's just
Tony
being healthy.
Romo or Phillip Rivers. One has playoff wins, the other one doesn't.
Yeah, Tony Romo.
Yeah,
Tony Romo.
Rivers has the playoff wins.
Yeah, but I mean,
Romo doesn't.
Exactly.
But it's still Tony Romo, right?
I don't know, man. It seems like there should have been some wins for Romo there.
Oh, did he? Well, the one against Seattle where left, which was on him, really.
Mm-hmm. There were a couple of times where it seemed like.
And then the Dak catch, that definitely should have been a. Yep, I'm with you.
Just it's.
Or Dez catch. Did Dez catch it? Who we got? Greg Ward, Jarvis Landry, Cole Beasley, Debo Senior. I love Jarvis Landry in this match today.
Yeah. Cole Beasley's been doing pretty well. He's
a good floor guy.
Yeah, he is.
They're about to say, you want to talk about it? Jarvis Landry used to be Cole Beasley, is what?
Let's talk about
a heavy target guy. Here's the thing. The one player that I'm streaming on that team two players I'm streaming on that team is Miles Sanders and Ertz. I ain't touching another player on the Eagles.
Guy to catch the ball.
Ertz. That's the only person
Carson Wentz is gonna get benched today. Watch.
Think so? Ooh.
Yep.
Here comes
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
He's so bad.
Man.
People have been trying to prop him up so long.
It ain't been us. We've been way off the trail.
As hard as people have tried to rain on Josh Allen's parade since coming into the league, they've as equally built up and made it seem like Carson Wentz is a good quarterback.
Carson Wentz is trash, bro.
He's basically Jameis. He's just a white Jameis Winston not as good.
Because Winston will finish the season.
Yeah, true.
Winston could correct this problem surgically.
I would take, if you were starting a franchise today and those were the only two quarterbacks.
I'm taking Winston.
Exactly. And I think when the rubber meets the fucking road, most people would too. Carson Wentz is just not as turnover prone, but he definitely can't drive the ball down the field unless it's literally the last 30 seconds of a fucking game to kick a field goal, and he can barely do that. Winston can at least move the ball down the field quickly when he needs to, or at least it tries to. Carson Wentz will run and throw it away. Winston will run and he'll be like, shit, I see someone. Woof, and he'll take a shot. And yeah, maybe it's a 50-50 ball that's really like a 40-60 ball, but at least it's not out of bounds. At least he's trying. And Winston's going to be a lot cheaper to put on your team right now than Wentz. Can't believe Wentz got paid. What's he done to deserve it? And people are like, the Eagles are so banged up. Who cares? I'm so sick and tired of people making excuses for the Eagles.
He was an MVP candidate until he got hurt.
Yeah, how many years ago was that? Him and Deion Jones and OBJ. Wow. Why don't you start a team with a bunch of washed up scrubs like that? Give me some big names. Yeah, exactly. Unfucking real how much people just cannot get away from some of these narratives. And it's taken this long for people to be like, maybe Carson Wentz isn't good. He hasn't been good. He hasn't.
Nope. When you're watching Nick Foles come in, who honestly is not good of a quarterback, and take his team to,
take that team to Super Bowl.
Yeah, take that team to Super Bowl. And Carson Wentz could barely win with it. So
Carson Wentz, that's the thing. When Carson Wentz wins, it's a barely win. It's a everyone's looking up at the skies of asking God, please help this team win. It's not because they're going out and fucking stunting on people. It's because they're just barely squeaking by against the Browns or some really terrible team. Has been his MO. And it's just gotten so old seeing people prop him up. All right, Landon Collins or James Bradbury. That's Collins for me, easy. I know Bradbury.
So I'm just looking at small stats real quick. I'm looking at what each one of them is doing. If I told you one has obviously a lot more pass deflections, that's Bradbury. One's playing cornerback, one's playing safety. They're both pretty close in tackles. One's had a forced fumble, they both have interceptions in the same week. I'm still going Landon Collins. You ain't sitting. I personally cannot sit him.
You can't sit one of the best starting strong safeties in the NFL, especially when Budda Baker and Jamal Adams are out. I mean, he's the kingpin.
Yep.
100 tackles every season plus. Impact plays get up there every year. I mean, Bradbury's doing well right now, and yeah, if you have to play a corner, sure, but if it comes, if we're talking game theory, you shouldn't play a corner over a safety, especially an elite starting strong safety like Landon Collins.
Yeah, Landon Collins is getting sacks, interceptions, tackles for loss, and 5 solos a game. So it's Landon Collins. It's not close. I just want to give him a fair effort. So look at everything. What we got? What's the next one? Ooh. I mean, if Abrams sits, then yes, but I don't know if he sits.
Say, no, why not? I mean, that won't be out till later.
I mean, I know Abram hit that, hit the thing, and it looked a lot worse in the beginning than it did after the replay. Because man, I thought he was dead. I mean, we were all talking about it. Did he die when he hit that thing? But the difference is he only played 13% of snaps last week. Or sorry, he only played 87% of snaps. So he was 195, 87, and he got the injury a little bit to where Carl Joseph, he had an interception last week too, didn't he? I think.
That was the last week or 2 weeks ago.
I think he had against Haskins. I could be wrong, but I'll check real quick. Yeah, he had the interception last week. Or sorry. Yeah, he had an interception against Washington. I mean, Carl Joseph's pretty solid, man. He's averaging 4 tackles a game, averaging 2, or not 4 solos. He's averaging 5-6 totals, a tackle for loss, and interception. They're both very similar. The difference is Carl Joseph's playing 100% of snaps. So yeah, if Abram doesn't play, then Carl Joseph is playable.
Joseph's playing. Isn't Abram playing though? Didn't we see all that inactives aren't coming out till later? He's gonna play. He's gonna play.
He got injured last week and left. So that's the only. I know that's the question there, but
what did he do?
We had this question. Remember we were talking about this last week? Who would you take long term, Winfield or Chin? Honestly, big play.
Winfield.
I'm Winfield, bro. I love Winfield.
He's Jamal Adams in Buda Baker's body. I heard somebody on a show this week talking about.
He's better than his dad, and that is saying something.
He was talking about Buda Baker being like this really dynamic playmaker, and I was like, man, I hate that narrative kind of goes around because, yeah, Buda Baker is dope, but he's dope at making tackles. He's not dope at impact plays. He doesn't get a lot of tackles for loss. He doesn't get a lot of interceptions. He doesn't get sacks. Someone was talking about him and Jamal Adams like they were in the same vein of safety, and I was like, they're really not though. No. Yeah, in IDP points wise, they end up scoring very similarly, but Buda Baker is very much a bread and butter tackling machine, high floor tackling machine, but he's nothing like Jamal Adams in the way that he plays.
Is there a younger safety in the league that doesn't remind you of Jamal Adams than Antoine Winfield Jr.? That's
what I was going to say. Winfield plays like Jamal Adams. He's got Todd Bowles, which definitely helps, but he's the size of a Buda Baker. He's fat. I mean, he's rangy. He's quick. I love him.
Mm-hmm.
So I would take him over Chin.
He's got 2 sacks. He's got. I mean, how many solos this dude's got? Let me pull up his thing. He's got 2 sacks, 15 solos, and a forced fumble. So, I mean, he's putting. Tell me this: if it was Buda Baker or Chin, who would you pick? Because Winfield Jr. is putting those numbers up. You would pick Buda Baker over Chin. So, me personally, I'm taking Winfield Jr. I love it. Long term, I'm loving it. So,
look at the guys around him too. I mean, Chin's on a rebuilding, young, defense. Winfield Jr. is on a defense that's going to have 3 first team All Pros on it. And it'll probably have a couple more second team All Pros. Yeah. Every single one of those motherfuckers is going to go to the Pro Bowl if they're not in the playoffs. Shaq Barrett, JPP, Ndamukong Suh, Devin White, Levante David, Winfield Jr. I mean, write that down. All those guys are going to get accolades at the end of the season. Who's going to get accolades from the Panthers? Nobody, and nobody. Like nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at the style of play, when you look at the players around them, when you look at the big play, the impact plays that are going to be made on the field around them, they're going to get cute quarterbacks shook up. They're going to get them making mistakes, which are going to keep getting you more and more points, turnovers. It's Winfield Jr. by like a mile. So,
yeah, really liking him right now, and we've been high on him before the draft. So,
Logan Thomas,
easy for me.
Yeah, me too. Cox.
No.
Give me all that Cox.
No, here's why I'm not taking Mo Alley Cox, right? Doyle started getting more looks. Trey Burton got activated, and Logan Thomas is the only guy.
Trey Burton, that name sounds familiar.
Trey Burton just got activated from that list.
Wasn't he supposed to be the next Travis Kelce like 3 years
ago? Tell me this. What is Mo Alley Cox done before 2 games ago? In his 4 seasons of football.
What's he been asked to do? Nothing. He's being asked to do shit now. He's doing it. Trey Burton's been asked to do a lot for a long time, and he ain't done shit.
He still had 50 receptions 2 years ago. I'm still taking Logan Thomas because Jack Doyle is at Indianapolis.
He'll be hurt by the end of the game. He'll be out.
I'm taking Logan Thomas over Mo Alley Cox today.
I'm gonna take Cox, my man. Love me some Cox.
Wow. There you have it.
There
you have it. It's out there.
We got any more? Got any more of them questions?
Julian Love or Quandary Diggs? Is Quandary Diggs playing?
Yeah,
the inactives. Let's pull it up. He's good.
No,
right?
he's playing. He's playing. You guys like Winfield Jr. over Chin? We were talking season long, like who would we rather have earlier, bro? I mean, I'm fine with either of them this week, but I think career wise and season wise, I think Winfield Jr. is the play. Personally,
I mean, if Chin's playing linebackers have not scored really well against Arizona, except for Pierre Lewis, who blew up and had 15 tackles. I like German Chin this week. Who's Tampa playing this week?
Chargers.
Oh, Antoine Jr. going to eat.
Yeah, he's going to crush.
Winfield Jr. Can you play both? Can you play both? That's the question.
Hollywood Brown or OBJ?
OBJ.
No, Hollywood.
I don't trust Lamar at all. And let's be real. Can you
trust
anybody?
OBJ hasn't had a 100-yard game in what was it? I think somebody said it was like 18, 19, 20 games. And he didn't have 100 yards.
Well, if he didn't get that pass, if that pass interference didn't come on that play, he'd have had 160 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Doesn't matter. He hasn't had 100 yards in almost 20 games or some bullshit like that.
I'll take OBJ over Hollywood Brown.
You know who else? Hollywood had a 100-yard game 2 weeks ago. Hollywood, bro. Tyreek, if you want to win, you'll play Hollywood.
The Cowboys ain't stopped nobody yet. Nobody.
I don't give a fuck. OBJ is the boy. I don't even want to get into it.
They're gonna run the ball though.
He's a low-end wide receiver too.
It's gonna be a shootout. Baker's
rest of season. OBJ or Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd.
Dunk. Okay. So where would you have Tyler Boyd ranked for the rest of the season right now? Probably 18, 19, 20?
His quarterback's throwing 45 times a game.
Okay. So where would you have him ranked going
top
for the rest
15.
of the season? Okay. That means OBJ is not in your top 15 the rest of the season, which makes him a low-end wide receiver too.
We're not talking about OBJ and
I'm
talking about Hollywood Brown and OBJ. I'm taking OBJ over Hollywood Brown rest of the season.
Okay. So what do you think Hollywood is then? A 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least Dude, I'm a bigger Sooner fan than any person on this planet. And Hollywood Brown ain't boxing no cornerback out to get a catch. At least Odell can try to do that. He is speed. All he is speed. 100% speed.
If Lamar hits him or he catches a couple more of these passes that he ain't catching, he's a top 15 wide receiver right now. OBJ, if he catches every single fucking pass that's come his way this season, is still not even a top 18 receiver.
I don't know if we can say that. He's been targeted. He's got, 12 catches or something like that? We're talking one has 12 catches, the other one has 12 catches.
How deep are these targets that OBJ is getting compared to Hollywood?
One has 42 yards, 13 yards, and 101 yards. At least OBJ is averaging 50 yards a game. 59, 74, and 22. And we already said the Baltimore play for OBJ sucks because Humphreys is real. So is Marcus Peters. But he's – dude, I'm going to give you the fact that OBJ, if he catches the one ball that he was pass interference against, it's been 150 yards. He still had 74 yards and a touchdown in that game. So
74 yards and a touchdown is nothing special.
It's better than 42. It's better than 42 and none, or two receptions for 13.
Same argument you're talking about. Let's give Hollywood the play that he missed. You give him one of those drops he had. I mean, he's
okay. It was a drop. The difference in a drop and an interference. I'm going to go the other way. It's a drop. I'm a Sooner fan. I would love to give Hollywood Brown all the love in the world, but the dude drops balls. He dropped in college. He's dropped in the pros.
That's fair. All right, play OBJ, Tyreek.
You can't tell me the Dallas Cowboys aren't a juicy matchup after watching their entire team get roasted last week by four different players.
Here's my thing.
4 different receivers.
That's fine, but here's the thing with OBJ. Every single fucking week, we get a question like this. So-and-so or OBJ. And every single week, it's OBJ.
We told everybody to bench him the first week because Humphreys is real, and he does not play well against Humphreys. Anytime they play Baltimore, just bench him. Or trade him the week before so you can get something. So
the reality of the situation is you shouldn't even own OBJ at this point. You should have given up on him a long time ago. I don't own him anywhere. I haven't owned him anywhere. The biggest fear in my life this season was accidentally auto-drafting OBJ. I had a buddy do that last year, and it ruined his season. He accidentally put his phone down.
I would take Jarvis Landry over OBJ in that system.
He wanted to take Nick Chubb last year. His phone auto-drafted him OBJ, and it tanked his whole season. OBJ tanks people's seasons. That's what he does. Why? Because you have to play him every week, and he goes off for 74 and a touchdown, and that's a win. At this point, 74 and a touchdown is a win for OBJ. That's not a win. That's what fucking Jerry Jeudy had this last week. Was that a win? I mean, that was an okay game for Jerry Jeudy. So it's like, oh, rookie got some points. OBJ does it, and we've gotten to this point with OBJ where, oh, my God, he's back. 70 yards and a touchdown is back? Like, what? Get the fuck out of here.
That's not back.
No, that ain't back. Give me 150 and 2. Then we can talk about OBJ being back. We're at the point to where if he gives us anything, we're happy with it. I ain't happy with it. I don't want nothing to do with it. I have him on 0 teams. You should have him on 0 teams too. Trade him. Drop him. Don't drop him. Package him away. Get somebody better. And there are plenty of, go get Tyler Boyd. If you could trade OBJ for Tyler Boyd straight across, and you should be able to get more back if you can hype him up. Don't tell two people about this show.
You hype up Odell Beckham and go get Tyler
Boyd.
Tell
him he's back. Go sell him. Go be like, hey, he had 74 and a touchdown last week. He's back. And then you swoop in. You get Tyler Boyd with his 15 targets, 10 receptions, 2 touchdowns.
Watch him blow up this week, and then you sell higher than high.
And he won't have a 100-yard game the rest of the season. That's what you do. You can't get rid of him today.
They got a pretty easy schedule overall.
He won't. The thing is, again, we're talking about him blowing up. He'll probably hit 100 yards at one. He's back.
He's back.
He's back. Oh, 101. He's back.
Put him in the front.
Hey, tell me this: who are you taking in that game today? Though you taking Cleveland or Dallas?
Dallas. I'm gonna cut him up. Dak is for real. All his receivers are for real.
Baker's going to throw 2 interceptions.
Zeke is for real. Baker is not for real.
Dude, we say Dak is for real. Dak should have thrown 4 interceptions last week. The one hit Shaq Barrett in the chest, and it turned into a Gallup 17-yard reception, dead in the chest. It was the worst pass I've seen all year from him, and somehow turned into like a massive play for Gallup.
Still better than most passes Baker's thrown this year.
Why would you say that?
I don't know, because I'm just talking shit on Baker.
It's fun to talk smack about Baker.
Baker sucks.
No, he doesn't.
4 interceptions, that's all.
He's throwing 70% this year right now. So
going to get to do a shootout, and he's going to throw all 5 interceptions today.
He's back. Baker's back. He's back. 70%. He's back. All right, we got a real question here. Sorry, bro. Carson or Allen Robinson this week in standard? Ew, gross. I have CEH, Drake, Mike Davis, and Diva Parker locked.
I'm benching Drake and playing the other 2. Allen Robinson's got a great matchup. Carson is the only running back playing this week. So I'm playing CEH, Carson, and Allen personally.
In standard, I'm going to play Carson over Allen. Just because I think that they both have a touchdown this week. I think it just comes down to the fact that Allen may end up with 100 yards, but you're not going to get any of those PPR points. So 100 and a touchdown, that's 7.
Yeah, Carson's going to get the carries. And
Carson's going to get the carries.
I hate standard because what's the point of having a receiver? I'm going to draft 5 running backs.
Exactly. Because if Allen Robinson does not get that touchdown, at least Carson he's using the passing game too. So he's going to get a couple targets. So let's say he gets 30 yards in the receiving game. Then all he still has to do again is get 70 rushing, which shouldn't be that hard. He's still going to hit 10. Carson's going to have more opportunities to get you points than Allen Robinson is at the end of the day. That's not to say that Allen Robinson won't have a good week necessarily, but I'm in a standard league. I'm going to take the guy who's going to get his number called at the 1 yard line if they're at the 1 yard line, and that's Chris Carson.
Yep.
So here's a question: I traded Gurley for David Johnson. Did I do good?
David Montgomery.
Yeah, sorry, David Montgomery. Not
yes,
Johnson.
If it would have been David Johnson, still would have been a better play. So
yeah, that's pretty much a sideways move. I mean, they're both gonna be okay the rest of the season. I don't expect big things from either of them.
I watched somebody trade Gurley away, the Godfather, as we say, traded Gurley away for David Johnson. I thought it was a great trade personally. So
yeah, I mean, anytime you can get out from under a Gurley, you should be doing that at this point. I mean, he's for me, like the teams I have him on, he's my running back 3 flex. So I'm keeping him. I'm not going to find a better RB3 flex. You know what I mean? But if you have him as like your 1 or your 2, you might be in some trouble right now. But on the teams, I only have him on, I think, 2 teams. And like I said, on those teams, he's my RB3 flex. So I'm not getting rid of Gurley because, like I said, I can't find a better flex player. And nobody's going to pay for him, really. I mean, and honestly, David Montgomery long-term, yeah, he's a better player than Todd Gurley, but short-term, they're really kind of interchangeable. David Montgomery could have more PPR upside now with Tariq Cohen being out. But I still don't necessarily think that we've seen what the Falcons are going to be this year. Early on, they targeted Gurley several times in that first game, and since then they haven't. So if they can get back to targeting Gurley, we'll see this game. I like their chances. I like his chances to outperform Montgomery. Trade Julio Jones, Darrell Henderson, Jamie Collins. Okay, for who? What?
Darrell Henderson's getting a load of carries right now.
Yeah, he's a guy you got to be starting every week. Oh man, I fucking. Richard, my man, you got any more info for us? Any more deets? Drop the dirty deets, bruh.
Is he? I wonder if he's trading. Okay, there we go.
Here we go. for Aaron Jones, Vincent Mayoa, and N'Keal Harry. No, I keep Julio, Daryl Henderson, and Jamie Collins.
I mean, the only person you're really loving there is Aaron Jones.
Exactly. I love all three of these guys.
Yeah, I'm going to keep the other three over Aaron Jones.
Vincent Mayoa is garbage.
And so is N'Keal Harry.
Garbage. Aaron Jones is elite, but Julio Jones is elite. Daryl Henderson has an elite play this week, and Jamie Collins is an every week linebacker.
I mean, Daryl Henderson got, 22 carries last week? So, in a game that they were getting waxed in and end up still getting 22 carries or something like that, 18 or 22 carries. I mean, he's the bell cow. So, yeah, I'm keeping Henderson right now. And Julio's Julio, so.
He's going to be Julio
Yeah, I'm keeping Julio and Daryl Henderson, Jamie Collins, personally.
Yup. All right. Any more? It's 11:35. Kind of needing to
gotta get those lineups set.
Yeah, we gotta go adjust our teams, ladies and gents. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Hopefully, we gave you some good information. Hopefully, you can win your matchups this week, as we are all hoping to do.
Yeah, well, until next week on the IDP Army Livecast, which I will not be at because I have my thing, but join Jordan, Don, and Steve.
Yeah, we're gonna we're gonna get a sub. Hopefully, it's Don. Might not be Don. We'll see. We'll see what's up though. And next week's week 5, so we'll be rolling into that second quarter of the season. So hopefully, you're not 0-4 this time next week, because you'll be in that desperation Hail Mary mode.
I'm in there right now. So I'll answer this question real quick. Jonathan Taylor, James Robinson, Kenyon Drake, Mike Davis, Miles Sanders got to start 3. I'm not starting probably Kenyon Drake out of this group.
1, 2, 3.
James Robinson, 18 touches a game. So is Mike Davis. So is Miles Sanders. So
these are good problems to have.
Good problems to have. I mean, me personally, I'm going to stay away from Drake, who's not getting a ton of playing. Gus Edwards is the guy, right? Who's getting more big plays. I like Kenyon Drake long term, but I'm playing the other 3. So
I have no comment. That's a good problem to have, bro. You'll figure
it
out.
Is.
Listen to your heart.
Go figure it out.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Good luck. Have fun today.
Yep. Until next week. Let's go.